Hey everyone, it's Jenny Garcia, and in this video I'm gonna do a Project Life spread using the kit that you guys made on Instagram. And this video is a little bit long because it has a full 12 by 12 insert with photos on both sides, but that insert is photo heavy, so I'm just gonna do a bunch of stamping in there. And instead of using the cards, I don't know, for this layout I wasn't filling them, so I just use the 6 by 6 pad of Cute Girl by Crate Paper. And I'm still working on 2018, so I still have a bunch of layouts I have to finish. I haven't even started on 2019. I mean, I printed photos, but still. So I love to use this guillotine instead of a trimmer. It's really sharp, and even though it's super bulky, which makes it a little bit annoying, it never gets dull because it self like sharpens when you use it. And it's a lot better than a trimmer. I've wasted so much money on trimmers. My favorite one was the Cricut one, but still you have to buy the replacements, so I just prefer to use this giant guillotine. So as you can see in the center, I also have the photos, and I have two flip pockets, so I don't have too much papers to choose for the background. That is the paper where I'm going to type all the journaling for that week. The only really important thing was the aquarium trip, so that's mostly what I'm going to write about. And the adhesive that I'm going to be using is the Tombow Mono Adhesive Plus. I also have a bunch of these little hearts in my little box. I have a video on how I made this kit. I'm going to leave a link below. And I use one of my Lawn Fawn dies to make a bunch of those little hearts, which I love to sprinkle around. It's always like a clutch with the washi, the little hearts, and the little word stickers. Since the mini layouts that you make in each card is so simple, I just like to keep a formula that works. Once in a while I like to try out, but if I'm stuck in a rut like I've been with Project Life, you know, I haven't been able to do a lot because I don't know, I've been struggling with it, then going to your comfortable place is not a bad thing to do. Now when your creative juices are all over the place, that's when you actually go for it. And that week my little one got a new haircut, so I used these Pretty Little Studio Alphas to add that. And I normally like to keep my Pretty Little Studio stuff all by itself. I don't mix it with anything else, but since I have pieces from collections that I've almost used the whole thing, I decided to put a few of those in my Project Life kits. And the washi that is in that rhino that I got from We Are Memory Keepers, it's also the washi tape from that kit. When I'm not using the kit, I just put it in a 3-inch ring and I put it on the zipper of the bag. And the bags that I'm using to keep the kits together, I got them at Amazon, and I'm going to put the link below. And those emoji wood veneers are super old. They're from Freckle Fawn from way back in the day, but I really like them, so I got a bunch of them. And then they used to do the sales where they would sell bloopers, and I got a few of those in those bags. So I put a little sad face because I was really excited about those eyeshadows, and they came broken, but they're from ColourPop and they were really awesome, and they sent me new ones. So, and I get like Ipsy and things like that, and whenever I get lipsticks, my daughters like to try it out. They don't go out like in red lips, don't worry about that. But I always let them do it. They like playing around, and my daughter loves when I kiss her and I lift prints, so she asked me to kiss her hands. So that's how little her hands are, or where. That wasn't a year ago, that was in summer, but almost. So those words are from Pretty Little Studio, and the label is from Citrus Twist Kits. I used to get their kits when I was on their design team. Right now I have so much stuff that I'm always tempted to either try those or Hip Kit or Studio Calico, but I have so much stuff. And these black alphas are also from Pretty Little Studio. I love these alphas. They're great. They're a good size. Pretty Little Studio makes really awesome alphas. And I think, yeah, that little wood frame must be from Freckle Fawn, because I don't think I've gotten, or maybe Simple Stories. No, I'm not sure. But I was measuring so I could put it in the middle, but a little bit more towards the top so I can put that label from Citrus Twist to stamp the date. And I love my tiny roller stamp. If you don't have one, I have the link below. I really like them. And also I couldn't get another one because I used to use the Project Life, which is smaller, but all the rest seem like way too big. So I just use, when I want something bigger, I use my dated stamp from Ellie's Studio, because since forever I wanted the mega date stamp from Studio Calico and they never had it in stock. So the second I bought the Ellie's Studio ones, they had it on, like, available to buy again, and I was like, great. But I already have one, so I'm not getting another one. But I do feel tempted from time to time. I kept this card really simple, really like it. My daughter loves cats, and the photo that goes next to this title card, it's a picture of her, which is this one. And I'm gonna keep it simple. And there are enough spaces that I can put more stuff, like in the top right, at the bottom left, but I just love her face so much that I really don't want to add things to distract from her face. And I don't know why I didn't want to cover the chocolate milk. It's a weird thing, maybe because that's the kind of chocolate milk that you find at Zoe's, and I really like Zoe's. It makes no sense, my thought process, but are like little rituals that I don't know. And this sticker says stay little, which she didn't, because she's a trader and now she's growing up and stuff. And this is part of the dated stamp from Ellie's Studio, and I wish that I re-stamp that black one on top. And the white one, you actually can see it when you see it up close for real, but I don't know why in the video it didn't translate well. And I also have near me somewhere around the Lawn Fawn chamois to clean my stamps. It's the best thing ever. You can reuse it a lot. And I love that data stamp because it also has a few documented currently, something like that. I can, let me see if I can find it. Okay, it says week dated, date on this day, documented. And I forgot, I could swear that I was stamping with the camera on, and I wasn't, but you didn't miss a lot. I just stamped on a few photos. And this is a photo of my oldest touching a stingray my little one didn't want to do it, but I like that photo, even though you can't see her face, but you can see her hand touching the stingray. And that little circle is it's a freckle foam stamp that I stamp on vellum, and I just put a little piece there. It would have been the same thing to just stamp it directly on the page, or maybe not. And I'm using one of the Citrus Twist Kits labels to decor a little bit in the corner. And those kits have a bunch of die cuts. Like, you can tell because I over embellish, and I used to do 3 projects monthly for them, and there were double layouts. I never really show single layouts because I feel like they need to match or look alike. So there were like 6 12 by 12 heavily embellished layouts. So if you ever consider getting a kit, I would really recommend that one. The colors are really cute, and they're sort of gender neutral. Even though they do have pinks and flowers, they do have a bunch of other colors and things that you can use for both boys and girls. Although you can use a bunch of pink in a boy layout, it's a matter of whatever you like. And I had a space just with water there, so I put dolphins, and I love how close it's to the dolphin bouncing a ball on its nose. Actually, I didn't take that many pictures in this trip to the aquarium. Most of the pictures of the aquarium came from my daughter's camera, especially the ones with fish and the fish tanks, because there were a lot of people in the way, and I'm short and I got no patience for people letting me pass, so she would just like go around people and then take a photo and slither back. So a bunch of photos, and they were really good photos. I was impressed by her photography skills, and I really like the photos, so I just wanted to keep it simple. This is one of the photos that she took of the sharks. She loved the sharks. And in these layouts, I'm mixing a bunch of different stamps. For example, that circle one is from Freckle Fun, but the stamp that I use around it to go in a circle is from Felicity Jane, which is another really good kit that I am often tempted to subscribe to, but I have so much stuff already. But kits are also good ways if you feel like you're in a rut, like sticking to a kit. This is why I made these DIY kits, because it takes less time to create, because you have these certain amount of products that you want to stick to. B, if you make the DIY kits, you use stuff that you already have in your house that maybe you don't think about often because you don't see them. I have a bunch of good stuff in my room, but I often forget about it because I don't have it like at hand. And that at the top is the chamois. The white ink that I use is the Brilliance ink, and it is the best ink. It dries really fast, it doesn't smear. Before that, I used to use it's not Color Cast, Clear Snap, and Clear Snap really smudges. Like, I have no idea why, but it's like it never dries. So with this one and the black one, I would use Stays On. And for color, I like to use the ones from Studio Calico, the Color Theory, and they're premium dye ink. They're awesome. Those are my favorite inks right now. I like that frog, so that's what I use the handsome fellow sticker. This is just gonna be a filler card to put National Aquarium on it, and I wanted to use that die cut that I made with the Technique Tuesday die, which I love, but it wouldn't give me too much space to write the name on top, and I was thinking of using the darker pink that I used before, but remember I had these, and these are from Pretty Little Studio, and they are amazing. So one thing I want to do in the future, and maybe every few months, it's have a premiere video. In the premiere video, you would get to talk to me almost like a live, like if I was scrapping live, but I am way too slow to do that. It would take me like 2 hours. Actually, it took me 2 hours to make this spread with the insert, so I figure it would be cooler to do a spread like this, and then you get to chat with me in, well, the chat, and you can ask all the questions you want, or you know, just come and hang out with me. So if you are not subscribed and you want to know when I'm gonna do my next premiere live chat sort of thing, make sure you subscribe. And if you're already following me, click on the bell, because YouTube is not really sending feeds and YouTube is being weird. So just click on the bell, and that way when I announce the premiere, you can find out first. So this is the card that I'm gonna use to type my journaling, and I am going to use my typewriter for it, and it's a new typewriter, so it's a little, I think I need to get new ribbon. It feels like it's very inconsistent the way it types, and I have to keep rolling the ink. No, it's not cold, it's the ribbon. I have to keep rolling the ribbon with my finger, and it's, I don't know, it's weird. But I used to have a electric typewriter, but it started like a few of the keys, oh my god, I can't talk, a few of the keys didn't work, so I traded it for this one. This one is smaller and cuter, but I'm still having a few, I don't know, kinks, and you have to type really hard, which is something you don't have to do with the electric typewriting machines. That's something you may want to consider if you have arthritis, or your fingers are not that strong. You may want to get an electric one. If you don't mind about that, then just get a manual. I think they're actually a little bit cheap. You can find them at Goodwill, on eBay. I bought mine on eBay, both of them. And on the last filler card that I made, I just used a frame from Simple Stories. They're really old, just a heart, a little word sticker, and those are really old too. They are from my mind's eye. They must be like 4 years old or something like that. And I wanted to cut that circle that I put on top, but this is going on the right, so it's gonna go on top of the picture above, and I didn't mind. It's not that too much, and this is how it looks. And by the way, that silly face photo, it's a selfie that Layla took on my phone, and she does that face a lot, so I thought it would be funny to add it to my layout. This is the whole thing, as you can see in the insert. It's so full, but if I take it out, you can still see that it's like a weekly spread, and I really like how it turned out. At the beginning I was like, I don't know, I'm not sure about this kit for this week because there are so many dark photos, but it actually worked really well because the balance of the bright light papers with the dark photos worked really well. And I also didn't want to overdo it since it was so photo heavy with such dark photos, and I think that it turned out really well. I hope you like it. Make sure you stay tuned for the premiere video, and you can come and talk to me. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.